Hey, I got them starstruck. They watching my moves, I got them starstruck. Out here breaking the rules, I got them starstruck. I got nothing to lose, so I'm letting it loose. Out here paying my dues, I got them starstruck.
Welcome to Football Friday Night. I'm Adam Solomon. With me is Tony Quach and Dwayne Scott. Dwayne, how we doing here?
Man, it's a great Friday night to get involved here with plenty of games throughout West Central Ohio.
That's right. One of those games took place in Spencerville tonight, featuring a pair of 3-0 teams.
That's right. The Bearcats and Columbus Grove squaring off at Memorial Field. Finally, conference play is underway and an A squad of referees for this NWC matchup as well. Here we go. First quarter where Columbus Grove strikes first. Riley Sauter with the play action. Throws to his right. Brady Basinger makes the catch. Stiff arms one guy. Lowers his shoulder through two more. Touchdown Bulldogs 7-0. After a successful onside kick, they're back at it. The pitch to Trenton Barraza. Uses his blockers. Cuts. That's another score. It's 14-0. Time running out in the first now. More from Columbus Grove, more from Barraza. Takes the handoff, carries a guy into the end zone, 24-0. Watch this play, guys. Spencerville with the ball on 4th and long, and out of nowhere, Carter Orr goes nuts. Can't find a receiver, tucks it, cuts back across the field, stiff arms one guy, gets hit by the rest of the Bulldogs, and gets away. He's gone. The toughest 51-yard gain you'll ever see. They're on the board. It's 24-7. Going to be tough to top that for play of the week, but the Bulldogs came right back. Sauter to Trevin Baxter. He gets some blocks, finds the seam, and scores 31-7 there. Columbus Grove wins their 13th straight NWC game, a 45-7 final.
Let's head over to Harrod. The LCC Thunderbirds make their return to the Northwest Conference. They meet the Allen East Mustangs for the first time since 2014. And LCC has won the previous 10 meetings against Allen East. Starting off in the first, Brady Parker hands it off to Matthew Quatman, and the senior spins around a few times. He'll eventually land in the end zone. T-Birds strike first. They lead 1-0. To the second, Parker heads to his right. He's looking for an open man. He'll connect with another Quatman. This time, it's Michael Quatman hauling in a 20-yard pass for another LCC touchdown. The Thunderbirds now lead 14-0. And they continue to put the pressure on. Allen East is trying to generate some offense, but here's Xavier Purnell coming up with the interception. LCC takes over. But the Mustangs would get the ball back. Keegan Jones hands it off to Miles McDormand. The sophomore makes his way past the goal line. Allen East pulls within 7, but the T-Birds will be the last team standing as they come out on top, 35-7 in their conference opener.
Elsewhere in the rest of the Northwest Conference, Crestview at Fort Laramie, the Redskins win their first NWC matchup, a 28-21 final score. Bluffton at Jefferson, they will meet up tomorrow for a Saturday matchup. Let's go to the MAC now. Number 8, Anna at number 1, Coldwater. Cavaliers hold on 34-18. Fort Recovery at St. Henry. The Redskins pull away 48-14. Now, several monster matchups in the Midwest Athletic Conference, including the 4th-ranked team in Division 5, Versailles, traveling up to number 3 team in D7. That's New Bremen. It's our Football Friday Night Spotlight game.
Tonight's Football Friday Night Spotlight game is brought to you by Norada Lanes.
All right, here we go. There will be one less undefeated team in the state after this one. We're opening in the 3rd quarter. New Bremen leads 11-10 in a good one. Versailles at the 3-yard line. Ethan Wilker hands off to Landon Knapke for the touchdown. Knapke again scores the 2-point conversion to put Versailles up 18-11. 4th quarter now. Versailles ball looking down the field. Wilker launches it. But it's New Bremen's Grant Dickey with perfect coverage positions in front, giving the interception. Just a couple snaps later, though, Versailles' James Schmidtmeyer says, right back at ya. Intercepts the football. Tigers have it. Now with under 2 minutes to play, New Bremen back with the ball, still down 18-11. Gavin Dickey throws it deep down the sidelines, and there's Grant. The catch behind the defense. That's a touchdown. It's 18-17, and they're going for the 2-point conversion and the win. Gavin rolls to his right, throws to Logan Craig. They think he caught it. Referees say no. Versailles survives a thriller. 18-17 is your final over New Bremen. Let's go to the number 1 team in Division 7. Now we're still in the MAC. Marion Local. St. John's hoping for some kind of upset in Delphus. First quarter, Marion Local looking down the field. Justin Knopf goes deep to a wide open Victor Holscher. 14-0 Flyers. Later, they're back at it. Knopf back to Holscher. This one on the little out route, fights to pay dirt here. That puts the score at 35-0. Even the defense scoring for Marion local. St. John's on their own goal line, basically nowhere to go. Adam Winter among several others there for the safety. Knopf back with the ball now. Out to who else? No, Holscher, you know his name. Again, they're just not going to bring him down on this one. All Marion local all the time in this game, 71-0. That's 52 wins in a row for the top-ranked Flyers.
Over to Minster, the Wildcats. They're the number 4 ranked team in all of D7. They look to stay perfect on the season as they host the Parkway Panthers. Starting off in the first quarter, it's the opening drive for Minster. Brogan Steffi takes the snap and he fires it over to Dylan Heitkamp in the end zone. Minster gets on the board first. They lead 7-0. Later in the quarter, Steffi decides to use his feet this time. The senior takes it himself for another Minster touchdown. Wildcats are now up by 14. And Minster is not letting up. Steffi will connect with Heitkamp once again, and the senior wideout will take the pigskin all the way to the other end for an 88-yard touchdown. Minster goes up by 21, and the Wildcats remain perfect on the season, the 42-21 victory. Let's send it over to Dwayne for some action in the Toledo area.
Guys, how about Lima Senior? The red-hot Spartans are the only undefeated team left in the TCL and are averaging nearly 40 points per game. The Spartans tonight taking on the Northview Wildcats. Janice Hall looks up and finds his man, Boog Wilson, as Lima Senior strikes first, up 8-0 after the 2-point conversion. Later, Hall again drops back with time and launches a bomb deep to a wide-open Keon Smith for another touchdown. Spartans now lead 16-0. And later on, Senior with the ball in the 48, Kalik Wash gets the ball in his hands, and good luck Northview, as the Senior will take it all the way to the house as Lima Senior wins 57-14.
Fresh off their first win of the season last week, the Findlay Trojans turned their attention over to the Clay Eagles. In the first half, Lennon Echoberry fires over the middle to Carter Emke in the end zone. The Trojans cut into the Eagles' lead before the half. To the second half, the two would run it back again, but tonight was not Findlay's night, as the Trojans fall 54-40.
To the scoreboard, Three Rivers Conference, Lehman Catholic is a 35-27 winner over Milton Union, while Riverside does enough against Bethel to get the 2013 victory. Elsewhere in the Central Buckeye Conference, Indian Lake at Tecumseh, Lakers roll to the 47-6 win, while Benjamin Logan at Bell Fountain Chieftains win big 49-0. It's time for our first break. Coming up, we'll turn to the Western Buckeye League, a big matchup between two teams with league title hopes. Welcome back to Football Friday night. Let's now turn to the Western Buckeye League, a matchup that will have a lot of say come the end of the season. Division III, 7th-ranked Wapakoneta travels down 33 to take on St. Mary's, and it was a full house for this Auglaize County showdown with some fireworks for homecoming. Starting the third, following a long Wapak kickoff return, Jarrett Mullen gets the carry up the gut and waltzes into the end zone for 6. Redskins set the tone. They go up 21-7. Later in the third, Rough Riders marching down the field. QB Jacob Kessler gets out in the open field and makes it 1st and goal for St. Mary's. Nice hard run. And then 2 plays later, the Riders winning in the trenches on this play. Kessler with the QB sneak crosses the goal line. And that touchdown brings St. Mary's within 7, 21-14. Into the fourth, Wapak looking to slam the door shut. QB Caleb Moyer escaping pressure from the Rough Riders, scrambling around, extending the play, looks downfield and slings it into the end zone. That's his tight end, Grant Hauser, for the touchdown. What a grab by the big man. Wapakoneta play spoiler on homecoming night for St. Mary's, 28-14. The Redskins are off to their first 4-0 start since 2019 and win their 11th straight WBL game. Elsewhere in the WBL, the Shawnee Indians travel to Mercer County to take on the Salina Bulldogs. Both teams trying to hang around the top of the standings with each at 1-1 in league play. First drive of the game, and Shawnee backed up against their own goal line. Bulldogs bring the heat, and Dalton Chilcote gets the sack and the safety. Salina goes up early 2-0. Ensuing possession for the Bulldogs, the pitch goes to John Lutz. The senior turns the corner, and it's a foot race down the sideline. He takes it to the house just 2.5 minutes into the game. Salina with the lead 9-0. Shawnee looking for a spark on offense now. That's QB J.J. Spiker dialing up the long ball, and it's Michael Garlock hauling it in for the Indians. That drive would result in a field goal, so it's 9-3. But the Bulldogs keep their foot on the pedal. Coach Brennan Bader going for it on 4th down. How about this throw from Bobby Morse? Gets across the field while taking a hit right in the breadbasket for his man. That's Caden Wernz. Salina takes care of business at home. Shawnee loses final score 23-3.
We'll bring the WBL action back in Allen County to battle the Wildcats as Bath meets Kenton. Kenton has won 6 of the last 8 meetings against Bath. Starting off in the third, Bath trails by 14. Mikey Hale takes the handoff and heads straight into the end zone. The home Cats now trail 28-21. Kenton responds on the other end. Corbin Johnston gives it to Grady Kleeman Beasley, and the senior barrels his way home. Kenton goes back up by 14. But that doesn't faze Bath. Hale gets the handoff again. 12 yards later, Bath trails 35-27. And the Cats in blue continue their momentum. In the fourth, Welsh drives it in for a 1-yard touchdown. The game is now tied up. And with less than a minute left in the game, Welsh takes it in for 2 yards, and that's the game winner. Bath takes this one 42-35.
And rounding out our WBL coverage, we head over to Titans Stadium, where the Elida Bulldogs and Ottawa-Glandorf Titans have split their last 10 meetings prior to tonight. As it's both teams are looking to bounce back after 2 Week 3 performances they would like to forget, with the Bulldogs being held scoreless against Kenton last week. Bulldogs showing 14-7 at the start of the third quarter. Ryan McGew off the play action finds himself under heavy pressure, giving Dane Doing enough time to come in and get the sack for the Titans. However, on the next play, on a long 3rd down and 12, McGew finds Amari Walsh in between 2 defenders for a nice grab to move the chains. But the drive will come to a halt. Ensuing moments, McGew rolling to his left, and Doing will fly into the picture to lay the boom for his second sack on the drive. As OG still up 14-7. And in the final moments of the third, Grant Evers will get the handoff for OG. He'll make his way into the end zone for the touchdown as OG wins 28-7 with head coach Ken Schreiner getting his 200th career win.
200. The final WBL game, Defiance at Van Wert. Bulldogs swap up the Cougars 41-14. Green Meadows Conference, Paulding is a winner over Wayne Trace 24-14, while Antwerp falls to Edgerton 42-21. Ayersville can't get a win against Fairview 41-7. Northwest Ohio Athletic League, Patrick Henry dominates Evergreen 35-6. All right, it's time for our final break. Straight ahead, BBC, NWCC highlights and scores coming up. Welcome back to Football Friday Night for the final time. We'll turn now to a big county rivalry.
Last season, Pandora-Gilboa avenged their regular season loss to Leipzig in the playoffs. Dwayne Scott has the highlights.
Guys, last season's game between Pandora-Gilboa and Leipzig was decided by only a touchdown. So with both teams starting off 1-0 in conference play, this game could be another good one between the two. The Vikings coming in on a 2-game win streak, welcome in the Rockets, who are coming off an explosive offensive performance where they put up 41 points last week against Van Buren. Game scores in the first quarter. On 3rd down and 16, the Vikings drop back, and Chase Myers there to make the play and force the 4th down. But Leipzig won't be denied. On 4th down, Mark Kirkendall throws a dime to Jace Breck for the touchdown to give the home side a 6-0 lead after the missed extra point. Moving to 2nd quarter, same score. The Rockets defense comes up big, forcing the fumble with senior Lane Lee on the recovery to give PG back the ball, where they will eventually work their way deep inside the red zone, leading to Andrew Miller taking on several defenders on his way for the touchdown, as PG grabs the lead on their way to a 21-18 road win.
Elsewhere in the Blanchard Valley Conference, Ada tops Elmwood 43-14. Macomb with the shutout of Arcadia 48-0 there. Arlington and Van Buren, the Black Knights with the upset win over 6th-ranked Arlington 21-14. Your final score there, yeah, that's a shocker. Liberty Benton at Riverdale, Eagles win big 56-6. Northwest Central Conference, Corey Rawson falls to North Baltimore 20-7, while Ridgemont blanks Elgin 28-0. Perry at Upper Scioto Valley, Rams are winners 48-20. Hardin Northern beats Waynesville Goshen 21-20. Big win for the 2-time defending champs. Hicksville lost to Sonora 37-13, and that will do it for this Week 4 edition of Football Friday Night. If you missed anything, you can go to our website or social media for the latest. For Tony Quach, Dwayne Scott, I'm Adam Solomon. We'll see you next week for the Week 5 episode of Football Friday Night.
Have a good night.
Good night.